everyone, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to my channel. So today is New Year's Eve. It is the 31st of December 2016, which means tomorrow is the 1st of January 2017, and I feel like every other person on the planet and on YouTube currently saying this, but 2016, especially the last half of the year, has gone by so quickly. It's honestly been a blur. And it's been a weird year. I've experienced some wonderful things, some really great things have happened this year, and of course there have been some not so good times. So I just thought I would take this video just to have a chat and just to look back on the past year and also tell you guys some of my goals for next year, and I just thought it would be an interesting thing to do today. Firstly, I'm going to talk about some of the good things that happened this year, and starting off in January, specifically January 28th, it was my 20th birthday, which means my 21st birthday is coming up pretty soon. I am not ready. I don't want to be 21. I probably don't even pass for 18, let alone like 20, and I still can't comprehend that I'm like in my 20s. Like, I somehow feel like I should have achieved more with my life, and I know everybody has their own story and I shouldn't be comparing myself to others in the sense of feeling like I haven't achieved enough, but I don't know, that's just something that I tend to do too much, probably something I should work on next year. Yes, this year was my 20th birthday. I didn't really do a lot for it. I'm not a massive like person who celebrates a lot. I don't really like parties, that kind of thing, but I think I kind of remember now, I had a small get together with some friends, which was nice. And then probably the next big thing that happened in my life was I moved out of my family home. That was a pretty big deal. It had been something in the works for a good few months. I think it had been ongoing, and I decided that I wanted to move out of my family home since the end of 2014. I just thought I knew it would be a good step in my life, and I needed to change something in order for me to be able to move forward, as I found I got myself stuck in this sort of same rut of doing the same things every day, not really doing anything new, and I knew that I needed to change something in order to be able to feel like I could move forward. I moved out at the end of March, beginning of April, and I moved into the place I am now. It is an independent living place, and that basically means you live with others. There are like about 20 other different rooms, and it's quite a big building, and of course everyone gets their own room and their own space. But there are staff on call here 24 hours a day, so if you do need help and support, then they are here. So you're not alone, and I'm definitely not ready just yet to be able to live by myself, but hopefully next year, if not that, then I'm hoping that I can move in with my boyfriend. And I just felt like I needed a bit more independence in my life. Not to say that I don't love my family and my brother, I do, I love them a lot. However, I just felt like for me it was the right thing to do, and I wanted to be able to experience more things by myself and learn how to go about my life more by myself now that I am obviously 20, nearly 21. And I have to say I am 100% so glad I took this opportunity. This had come up about a year before, however it didn't work out and I sort of gave up on the idea, but I'm so glad that I made the first step and I decided to do this, because it's honestly been obviously it's not been easy. It was very hard at first and weird being without my family, and I do feel alone at times, but they live very close by. They're only about a 15-minute drive away, so they're not far away, and I know that even if my head tells me I'm not alone, I have the staff here, I still have my boyfriend and other friends for support, and it just means being here that I get my own space. I can learn how to budget my money myself. I can just learn skills for life that I'm gonna need to learn, and it also means that I have my own space to film and do things like YouTube. And YouTube has been something I wanted to do for a very long time, and I only really took the first step to doing YouTube after a friend of mine, the Aura Guardian, and my boyfriend both started doing YouTube themselves. So I went for it, I bought a camera, and here we are today. And obviously without moving out, I wouldn't have had the space needed to be able to do it. So yeah, I'm very glad that I managed to push myself and go ahead with it, because It's definitely probably been the best, maybe the best thing that I did this year. Another massive thing that I did this year, about a month after I came here, specifically on April the 18th, I flew to Tokyo with my boyfriend. And my god, it was the, I'm getting teary thinking about it now, oh my god. It was the trip of a lifetime. It's been a dream of mine for many years to go to Tokyo. It's always kind of been like my end recovery goal. I'm not saying like I'm not 100% recovered yet, but it's always been a recovery goal of mine to keep going and to get strong enough so I can go to Tokyo. As I feel like I mention it every video about the fact that I went to Japan, but Japan just holds so much meaning for me. I love the fashion, the culture, the gaming, like everything about it holds such a special meaning for me in my heart, and I was so happy that I finally got to go there, and I really hope that I can go back, if not next year, but the year after. I still remember stepping off the plane and just thinking, I'm in Tokyo, and I couldn't comprehend that for at least like the first day. I was like, am I really here? Am I dreaming? And I loved every second of it. I wish I could be back there every single day. And I still remember when we took off, I actually cried on the flight home. Oh god, god, I'm gonna cry just thinking about it now, but I was so sad leaving and taking off. But I won't be gone forever. I can go back, and I just love Japan so much, and that place makes me so happy. And also it was just incredible being able to experience it with the person I love the most. It's definitely was the favourite thing that I did this year. Other really cool things I did this year was, of course, going to cons. I went to MCM back in May and Hyper Japan in July. Sadly, I wasn't able to go to MCM in October as I was doing other things, but I still had an amazing time at MCM and Hyper Japan. It's always so nice as I get to meet up with friends who I couldn't normally see as they live too far away. I went in Lolita for both cons, and it's just so nice being able to talk to and meet new people who have the same interests as me. And cons are always just so much fun. I really can't wait for MCM next year, and I'm hoping to go to a few other cons and hopefully even do some cosplays next year. I did used to do cosplaying, but definitely the last year or so, like Japanese fashion and Lolita fashion have definitely taken over that. So I'm very excited to hopefully be able to get back into the cosplay world in the next year. Going off from that, I have to say Lolita fashion and Japanese fashion have definitely played a huge part for me this year. Not just in terms of the clothes I wear, but I have met some really wonderful people through it. I started going to my first Lolita meetups this year. I went to the big Tea Party Club meetup in August, and I've made some really wonderful friends. Fashion has brought me a lot of newfound confidence, knowledge, and I'm just so happy I found it. I'm just so glad that I took the plunge and went for it, as I didn't think I'd be able to not necessarily pull it off, but obviously when you start out this kind of fashion, it is a scary thing and it does take a lot of confidence. But I have to say, in comparison to the beginning of the year, I have a lot more confidence in myself, and I never thought I'd be able to say it, to be honest. Like, self-esteem and confidence is something that I've always struggled with, and I'm just so glad that I'm finally growing to like myself more and the person that I am becoming. And I have to say, the version of myself now is definitely the version of myself that I like the most at the moment, and I hope I continue growing into someone that I like next year as well. And of course, another big thing that I did this year was I started YouTube. I can't believe I've already been on here for around 6 or 7 months now, and I have to say it's been so much fun. Like I said earlier, I've been meaning to start my YouTube channel back up again for a long time, and I'm really glad that I finally did and was able to, because not just filming but like learning how to edit, and I made friends through it, and I've learned a lot of new skills, and it's definitely been something that I've been enjoying doing so much. It keeps me occupied, and I'm very excited to see where my YouTube channel goes this year. And I would definitely like to be able to upload more and bring you a lot more different content, as I feel like I've been lacking in ideas of originality recently. I'm not saying that my content is that original, to be honest, but it is hard filming certain things when you're by yourself, so maybe I would like to invoke the help of some other people to help me film, but I definitely want to expand the type of stuff that I upload to my channel. And yeah, it's just been really fun learning how to edit and learning the ways of YouTube, and I'm excited to continue it next year. Another thing that I managed to achieve this year was I am now 2 years hospital free, as in inpatient hospital. I'm still in outpatients, but 2 years ago in November I was discharged from my last inpatient admission, and well, there was a point where I didn't ever think I'd be able to get to a point like that, certainly. For a long time I was stuck in a rut of just getting discharged, going back to inpatient, and I was in this horrible circle. But now I'm finally at a place where I want to recover. I'm so glad that I've chosen recovery and I'm able to keep myself stable, and I'm honestly so happy that I finally got to that point in my life. For so many years my eating disorder was such a big dominant factor, and it obviously is still there, and at times it does get the better of me, but I'm a lot stronger than it now, and I'm able to realise when it's starting to overpower me, and I know what I have to do to take the steps in order to gain control back. And a lot of it is down to my friends, my family, and my boyfriend, so I'm incredibly grateful of them. And yeah, I fingers crossed next year I can continue on the same path and I can continue getting stronger. So those are some of the things that I did and achieved in the last year, in the last 365 days. Now I'm going to talk about some goals and some things I would like to achieve in the next year. First thing being is I want to start doing more with my time. Apart from YouTube, that's kind of like the main thing that I do with my time at the moment. And for a long time now I have been wanting to maybe go back to college or something and start doing education again, as that did kind of get cut off prematurely because of my eating disorder, and I regret that so much. I did have an animal college course degree thing that I was gonna start. It was like 3 years ago now, but that kind of got ruined because of my ED, because I was in hospital. So even if it's not that same course, I really want to be able to start pursuing some more things career-wise, I don't know what that was. Just start pushing myself more and start achieving more, as I know I could push myself a lot more, but recently I've become again very sort of stuck in my ways, and I've become very scared to try new things and to meet new people, and I really want to start pushing myself to go out there, to talk to new people, try new things. And I know it's not going to be as bad as I think it is. Like, the first step is always the hardest with anything, but hopefully once I do start to do that, I will become even more happy in myself and more confident, and I know it will only lead to good things. And one other small goal for next year is I would like to just stop worrying about everything. I want to stop comparing myself to everyone else, stop just caring about what other people think of me so much. Obviously I do have anxiety, which obviously I can't help, but I definitely want to learn and to train my brain into a way where I'm not constantly going to the negative sides of things straight away. I want to be a lot more optimistic about things and not just instantly jump to conclusions and think everything is terrible, because trust me, that doesn't help anyone. I want to be that person that people can turn to, I know, for advice, and just be like, yeah, Katie is super like optimistic and she has a great outlook on life, and I just want to stop being so like down about things all the time, because trust me, it doesn't help anyone. One other last goal for next year, as I mentioned earlier, I want to start getting back into the cosplay world. I did used to cosplay, as I previously said, but Japanese fashion has definitely taken over. But for a long time now there have been a lot of characters that I have wanted to cosplay, such as Madoka, Sailor Moon, and possibly characters from Pretty Cure. So I'm definitely going to be looking into either buying or getting people to commission cosplays, because yeah, cosplaying is just so much fun. It makes going to cons a whole lot more fun, especially if you're with a group of friends doing like a group cosplay. That is awesome. So there we have it. That is my year in review. That was my 2016. Again, I can't believe how quickly this year has gone, and I hope all of you have a wonderful new year. Stay safe and have a great time. I of course will be spending tonight in my bed playing Animal Crossing and watching the fireworks, as I do every single year, because I don't like parties. Parties are not my thing. Yeah, I'd rather be indoors in the warm on the internet, to be completely honest. But I hope you all have a wonderful new year, and thank you again for all your support in the last 6 or 7 months. And I hope I can continue to bring you content that you enjoy and also step up my YouTube game in the next year or so. So if there's anything you want me to film next year, then please tell me in the comments below. I'm always up for new ideas, and I will see you all next year. Bye guys.